cómo sigue. Gracias, Ale.
Bueno, les prometí la entrevista con Jacques Attali. Jacques Attali era el presidente del Banco Europeo de Reconstrucción y Fomento y acaba de publicar este libro. ¿Qué es la economía de la vida? ¿Qué propone Attali para el post-COVID, si alguna vez llega? Escúchalo vos.
I don't think we need a more austere world. We need a world more channeled and reoriented towards activity which are not austere, such as health, hygiene, good food, education, digital, culture, research, clean energy, clean water, security, good insurance. Those sectors are not austerity. Culture is not austerity, education is not austerity, etc. But we need to get rid of sectors which are poison. The sectors I just mentioned before, the sectors I call economy of life, while the other sectors, such as sectors linked to oil or fossil fuels, are poisons, as much as tobacco is poison or sugar is poison, and we must get rid of all of them. Of course, it will not be done overnight, but it has to be done and will be done as soon as possible. And that could be the new economy that we need.
What do you think that implies for the emerging world, for countries like Argentina?
It implies a lot of changes that are maybe easier to be done in emerging markets. Easier because you are not yet totally oriented in the directions of producing cars or producing airplanes, or too much dependent on chemistry and fossil fuels that you may have or not. Therefore, you can reorganize your economy towards good food to be produced and exports, as you usually do, as you did since 1st century, towards drugs, good health, medical devices, digital, and all the economy which is linked to that, which can give you a shortcut to a real efficient development.
Don't you think it can generate reactions from countries not wanting to adapt to a new trend, and maybe wars or clashes?
The risk of wars are outstanding today, as we see. There's a huge risk between China and the US. Mm-hmm. There is a huge risk between Russia and Ukraine. Mm-hmm. There are risks in the Middle East between Iran and the neighbors. Turkey is also a very aggressive country as we speak. And then I would say that there are many, many risks linked to the fact that many people are in very bad situations. As you know, in emerging markets, more people are hungry than ever in the last 20 years. Mm-hmm. The gap between rich and poor is increasing drastically. And then in my bet, in the next 5 years, something will happen. Will it be a war, or will it be a revolution, or will it be huge inflation, or will it be coup d'etat in some countries? But I think that even in Europe, something will happen to take into account this unbalanced situation.
Mm. And your economy of life idea is trying to avoid that to happen?
Yeah, yeah. The economy of life will be in place either before the war, instead of the war, or after the war. Mm. Because the question is not, is it coming? Is it coming instead of a war or after the war?